but we'll be working with our local resources and our local partners to make sure that these customers are safe and that they're cared for. That is critically important to us. We care about your safety. I would encourage those who are going to be impacted for extended periods of time to take full advantage of the resources that are available, the community partners that we have at hand to support you. Make sure you get what you need, and we're here to respond and make sure you're cared for. In the southern Nevada mountain communities, in our Stockton and Yosemite divisions, we expect to restore 40% of the remaining customers by Sunday, and again have essentially all those customers back by January 5th. And then in northern Sierra Nevada mountains, this is our Sierra and North Valley divisions, we expect to restore 10% of the remaining customers by Sunday, 30% by January 5th, and then we'll continue to assess all the damage conditions and see what that looks like for the remainder of those customers. I will tell you that as resources come in, because these numbers do not include the influx of resources we expect over the weekend and next week, we're going to work very hard to pull all those estimated time restorations back forward and get everyone back in power as soon as possible. So again, very important that you seek assistance if you need it, and please know that we are working around the clock and will continue to work until everyone is restored. Now with that, I'll ask Joe Wilson, our Vice President of the Sierra North Valley region, to come up and talk more about what's happening specifically in our communities here.
Thank you, Adam. So what I'd like to do is offer an assessment of where we are at with Sierra County, Nevada County, Placer County, and El Dorado County, really our Sierra division. As Adam mentioned, the damage to our electric transmission and distribution system has been very, very significant. We expect to see over 5,000 separate locations with damage that our crews will have to safely work to restore. In some instances, in the very high country and inaccessible areas, it may take up to a few weeks, 2 weeks, to restore some customers. So right now we are in the restoration and assessment phase. And we're using every method available to be able to safely assess the damage. Adam mentioned we have people working, hiking through snowshoes, using snowshoes. We have 6 helicopters in the air today, snowcats, utility terrain vehicles, and any other piece of equipment that we can get our hands on to try and safely make these assessments. So we are making aerial patrols. Adam mentioned yesterday was the first blue sky day. Today is the second. Again, we have 6 helicopters that are currently doing flying assessments. And what we're doing is we're focusing on areas that have the best access and the areas where we can pick up the greatest amount of customers. And as we restore those areas, we will redeploy those crews to other areas that have damage and kind of work our way basically up into the high country as we can gain access. So specifically, in the next 24 hours, we expect to restore 1,100 customers in Placerville, Camino, Garden Valley, and Georgetown. In the next 72 hours, we expect to restore 1,300 customers in Colfax, Gold Run, Applegate, and Nevada City. And again, we are still waiting on access to about 1,500 customers near Twin Bridges, Kybers, and Downeyville. Yesterday, we were able to restore power to the Forestville High School. Today, we expect to restore power to Colfax and Weimar High Schools. I want to give an example of how we are working with our local public safety partners and local agencies. In Nevada County, we worked to establish strike teams of PG&E line workers, county road workers, and fire personnel to go systematically through the community to clear roadways that had down power lines, down trees, and to try and make access safe. We've begun outreach to roughly 35 schools, and we expect to pick up many of those schools. We're also looking at potentially providing temporary generation to those schools so that students can return to school on Monday. Now, I also want to note that we have many customers who are currently using backup generation, and it's important to make sure that that generation is used safely. So it's important to have an automatic transfer switch or manual transfer switch, so power doesn't backfeed and provide a safety hazard to our line workers. It's also very important to make sure that your generator is placed in an area that has good ventilation, so you don't suffer any ill effects of carbon monoxide poisoning. I want to express thanks and appreciation to our customers who have seen how hard our line workers are working to restore power. Your gratitude, appreciation, positive comments gives them that extra boost to continue to keep working safely and quickly. We're communicating closely with our customers across the outage area using every platform that we have available to us. And of course, customers can always find information online at pge.com, or they can call 1-800-743-5002. That's 1-800-743-5002. To expand a little more on what we are doing to support our customers during this extended outage, I'd like to turn it over to Allison Feliz, who's the Senior Manager of the local Sierra Division.
Thank you, Joe. Good afternoon. So I'd like to start by saying that we understand the impacts this storm has had and continues to have on our friends, our families, and our communities. We really want you to know that we are here for you. I want to share today just a little bit about what we are doing to support our hometowns, to provide some information and some relief. First, we are providing updates to our customers via social media, text messages, and phone calls. We're also partnering with the local Red Cross, food banks, and the City and County OES Office of Emergency Services in support of their warming centers. Several warming centers have been opened, and I want to list a few here for a reference for our customers. In Placer County, they have three warming centers open: at the Auburn Library, one at the Colfax Veterans Hall, and also at the Forest Hill Memorial Hall. In El Dorado County, there's a warming center open at the Placerville Library. In addition to partnering with our local OES, PG&E is setting up community resource centers. They're also known as CRCs. CRCs provide an on-site charging location for personal devices, medical devices, battery chargers. We provide blankets, water, snacks, and a place that you can use some Wi-Fi. Currently, we have 4 CRCs that will be setting up this afternoon around 2 p.m. And the location of those CRCs are in El Dorado County specifically. We have one at the Pleasant Valley Community Hall, one at the Pollock Pines Community Center, and one at Pioneer Park. We also have another CRC being stood up in Sierra County, and that's at the Downeyville Community Hall. All of these sites will remain open until 10 p.m. this evening, and tomorrow and through the weekend, they will open at 8 a.m. and they will be available until 10 p.m. for our customers. We're also looking at potentially opening up a CRC in Nevada County, but we're still scoping out locations. If residents would like some additional information, you can always go to pgne.com, or you can call us at 1-800-743-5000. Again, that's 1-800-743-5000. In addition to the warming centers and the CRCs, we've partnered with the California Foundation for Independent Living Centers, known as the ILC, to provide customers with medical devices and durable medical equipment, assistance, and support. Through this partnership, we've been able to provide portable batteries, hotel vouchers, transportation, gas cards for generators, for generator fuel more specifically, and for customers with access and functional needs, additional services. Customers with disabilities and independent living needs, as well as older adults, can contact 1-800-743-5000 to request ILC support during this storm event. We're also starting some live calls to approximately
Well, you
1,000.
are listening live to the PG&E press conference that's happening in Auburn right now, giving us an update on the massive amount of outages in the Sierra. If you would like to continue watching this press conference in full, you can watch it online right now, abc10.com. We'll have a full recap coming up this evening. In the meantime, we're going to take a short break.